classic TV fans, Rick 9G here. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Emergency. As you can probably tell from the tone of my voice, this is not the happiest video ever. It's a tribute video to a man who appeared on a TV show that I cover regularly. He appeared in other stuff as well, but he recently passed away January 24th, 2023. So I wanted to make this video not as a breaking news thing, but to just show his tie to the show Emergency that I've covered so much and why it was so important to him. So if you're a fan of classic TV and movies, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video. It does help me out to continue making videos like this, so I do appreciate it. So let's talk about the individual. His name is Lance Kerwin. Lance Kerwin unfortunately passed away, 62 years old, January 24th, 2023, and he did appear in the show Emergency. Now, as I mentioned, I have covered fairly extensively the show Emergency as well as other shows from the 70s. Now, why did I choose this episode? Well, because it was his first acting job, and I think he did pretty well. He had a quite extensive role in this episode. I'll talk about it in a little bit. Let me go through the overview of the episode. Now, in this one, Chet nails Johnny with a number of practical jokes for which Johnny later gets his revenge. Now, there are different stories throughout the course of Emergency. I mentioned this before, but all of the stories that happen are true. They're 100% absolutely true. They're just acted by different actors and recreated for the episodes. So in this one, there's a child who is stuck in a tree house and is rescued by Johnny. There's a girl's widowed mother. She takes an interest in him. All the while, Dixie takes care of her, who also has slight burns. Now, there's an elderly man and frequent visitor to Rampart. His name is Old Bill, and he visits the girl. Now, Dixie, Doctors Brackett, and Dr. Early think Old Bill is a hypochondriac that is imagining sicknesses until Roy and John find him unconscious in the home with a septic shock. Now, John and Roy help a moaning man after his wife gives him some type of tree sap or some sap to shut him up. And a gas station attendant with a perforated ulcer also appears. And this is where we meet Lance Kerwin playing a young boy who swallows ant poison and later dies in the episode, which is kind of shocking because that's not common on the show. It's actually very rare for people to die. They do die, but it's not super common. And the mother of this boy thought he was just trying to get attention, and 3 men are stuck after a bulldozer accident. Now, have you seen this episode before? I don't know. It's an interesting one. And like I said, this boy does get a lot of airtime, and they do a lot of procedures and things to get him healthy, but unfortunately they fail in the course of the episode. Remember, this actually happened not to this boy. This is Lance playing this boy in this story. The episode's called Messing Around. Lance also had other acting roles. He famously appeared in the 70s series James at 16 and a made-for-TV movie Salem's Lot. He passed away in Hawaii, and unfortunately he had some issues with finances according to what they were saying, and at the end of his life he had some health complications, but they're not announcing the reason why he passed away. Apparently there is a reason, but they're not going to announce it as of now. So it's kind of sad, but I also try to make these videos to pay tribute to these actors who maybe not as well known to star in these roles. And I mean, this is his first role, so I think it's a great way to honor Lance, his memory, and the work that he led us to be able to get into this show and enjoy it, and inspires so many people to go into the field of, you know, being a firefighter, police officer for Adam 12, paramedic, and so forth, getting into the medical industry and helping so many people. So we are definitely thankful to him and to all those who participate. Thank you so much for your support as always, and most importantly, everyone, be hopeful. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, especially my Diamond tier patrons: Harold P, Terry Y, Jerry D, Citizen Kane 359, David D, Kevin K, Sally N, and Vito L. If you want to be on this list, make sure to check out the link in the description below for Patreon for exclusive content you won't see anywhere else.